Zaphod, the dominant male of the Whiskers, is keeping an eye out for predators and strangers. But with only a distant vulture in sight, he can get on with other business. As dominant male, he has sole mating rights with Flower. To maintain that status, he has to keep the other males in check. Zaphod's biggest competition is his brother Yousarrian. He used to be the dominant male of the Whiskers, and this unpredictable meerkat is still a constant threat. So Zaphod often lays down the law to keep him submissive. Usarian is used to being bullied around by his brother, and with discretion being the better part of valor, he lies down in submission. Usarian will have to put up with this kind of treatment as long as Zaphod is the dominant male. So rather than hanging around his domineering brother, he heads off alone. Just a short distance away, the Whiskers' arch rivals, the Lazuli, have suffered badly during the winter. Cazanna is the dominant female of the group, but her long-standing partner, Big Sigh, is no longer around. Soon after he led the deadly Lazuli attack on Shakespeare and the Pups at the Whiskers burrow, he became seriously ill and died. These two pups deep underground in the Lazuli den are his last offspring. And now, one of Big Sigh's older sons, JD, has taken temporary charge of the Lazuli. Although he can fulfill some of the duties of a dominant male, like scent marking the territory, Cazanna is his mother, so he can't mate with her. Without any unrelated males in the group, she can't breed unless an outsider turns up. And Usarian is unwittingly heading in her direction. If he mates with Cazanna and manages to depose JD, then he could become the dominant male of the Lazuli, a situation that would leave the two brothers, Zaphod and Usarian, in charge of two rival gangs. As evening draws in, Usarian's venturing ever closer to the Lazuli. But something has attracted his attention. It's a lone meerkat, an evicted female from the Lazuli called Pancake. The telltale sign of ticks on her face show that she's been living alone and hasn't been groomed for a long time. This is far too good an opportunity for Yousarrian to pass up. When he catches up with her, she welcomes his attention. Unfortunately, he's not the only meerkat vying for her affection. Grog from the Commandos has been searching for lone females since his unsuccessful mission to the Whiskers' babysitting burrow. By furiously scent marking, Usarian tries to see off the competition. His tactic seems to have worked. With the competition gone, it's time for Usarian to try out his romantic techniques on Pancake. The rest of the Whiskers return from their long day's foraging, and the tiny pups have been waiting patiently for a feed all day. Flower's priority now is to give her litter some much-needed milk. Soon they will move on to solid food. Their time at the burrow will be over, and they'll be expected to head out foraging with the rest of the gang. But for now, they can rest up and enjoy the care and attention that they receive for only a short period of their lives. With dinner over, it's time for everyone to get below ground and huddle together to get through the cold winter night. Usarian's up early after spending a cozy night with Pancake. It's a glorious new day. But because males rarely stay with lone evicted females, he decides to move on. Although he likes Pancake, she isn't the only available dish on the Kalahari menu. Leaving her once again abandoned to a life of solitude. The Whiskers are waking up one by one and busily getting on with the everyday task of tidying the burrow's entrances. When the coast is clear, it's time for the pups to come out of the burrow. They've already had their breakfast, and they're raring to go. Today is going to be a big day. It's time for them to brush up on some of their bush survival skills. Although digging comes instinctively for young meerkats, it'll be a while before they master the art fully. For Mango, it's easier to finish what someone else has started. It's time for the pups to get on with the serious business of their first foraging adventure into the outside world. Lesson 1 is follow your leader. Just running and keeping up on little legs is difficult. A pup's first foraging trip is dangerous. 1 in 4 won't make it to adulthood. Copying what the adults do is key to survival. With the 4 small pups to look out for, everyone's nervous and extra vigilant. An opportunistic bird of prey could take a pup in the blink of an eye.